Hey, Pam, I am just trying to document the process that I'm going through this morning to do the utilities breakout on the facilities budget. So I thought I'd just make a video because this is hard to explain and I'll try to quantify it in time, but I wanted you to see the process. So just for the facilities utilities section of the budgeting spreadsheet, I've got to figure out, all of the monthlies for each of these things. So I've got to go through electric, gas, sewer, stormwater, trash, water for each location. The tools that Maryland provided were 3 different time periods of data. So luckily, I have access to Abilla, so I can run my own reports. So I did that. And I now have a rolling 12 months, which is the only way to do a budget, is in rolling 12 months, like the last 12 months from March 1st to February 29th or whatever that year was. And so the facilities department has a grant, without payroll, obviously, has a grand total of 4,260 line items. The good news is I'm really good at Excel. So I'm able to run my own report, and then I segment by GL code so that like the report that I gave to you, and I run my own reports for all the people in my department, and I've done it for Danny and other people as well. And so for each section of this report, there is a GL code with a total, and I can kind of easily look through and see what's been spent, etc. However, for utilities, I don't even know how many line items there are for utilities. So I break that out into its own sheet, just so I don't screw up the master sheet. And again, I'm really good at Excel. So then what I end up doing is I have to do a combination of subtotaling and transaction descriptions. So for instance, I'm looking at stormwater right now. So I have to go into the filter and say it contains the word stormwater and also contains the word ACW. And then I do that, and then it doesn't show anything, so I obviously screwed something up. So then I have to clear all those filters and figure out what I did wrong. Stormwater and ACW. Well, first of all, I'm going to take off these subtotals because maybe that's screwing it up. Remove all the subtotals. Okay, so again, this is just for one line item, and this is pretty typical process. So now I'm going to do this again. I'm looking for stormwater with ACW. I don't know why that didn't work because usually I'm pretty good at this. Contains, maybe I spelled it wrong. Stormwater. Uh-oh. Stormwater, and also contains, hopefully this works and I can, ACW. Okay, there we go. And then I have to go, well, what's going on here? Why is there only, so all of these are one transaction because things get spread to all different kinds of things. Why are there only 2 transactions? Oh, because in 2024, we paid it at the end of January, and in 2023, we paid it in March. Is that really how that works? I don't know, because this is a once-a-year process. So then I go, okay, what did I do last year's budget? Okay, for stormwater, last year's budget. Oh, yeah, it does look like it's a once-a-year transaction that generally happens in March. Okay, close that spreadsheet and go to the 2024 items here. Okay, so ACW stormwater looks like that's an $1,100 expense in, I'm going to put it in March because the previous year was in March and I budgeted for March. No, the bill comes in January. I'm going to put it in January. So I'm going to put an $1,100 transaction in January for ACW stormwater. $1,100. Oops. $1,100. And that's a January transaction, 1,100. Well, you know what? I should probably put a little more than that. It's actually 11. It's 1105. The previous year was 1123. No, 1023. I'm gonna put 1150. Okay, 1150. I don't know exactly how many minutes that took, but that was one line item. So now I've got to go back and change this filter. Now contains stormwater, and also contains PSB. Okay, same thing here. We have 2 different years. We did it on different months, so it's showing up twice. The charge for PSB, $800. Okay, so is that the next line item here? Yeah, $800. $800. Boom, 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 boom. Again, I'm going to put $825 actually, because everything goes up. $825. Okay, and back over here, stormwater, change my contains, stormwater, and contains, stormwater. Oh, no, I'm sorry. And contains warehouse. Okay, so there are a lot more lines here, and I'm slightly confused because the 2024, there's a lot of lines. Why is this broken up? Okay, well, let's see what happened in 2023. In 2023, it was 683. The total, well, it's not that much of a difference. This year, it's 738. And every one of these has 2 allocations. No idea what's going on here. So on January 29th, we had $39 for activity code 1000, and then the same transaction, and it's $176. So there's double the transactions, they're spread, and they're spread differently, and now I have no idea what to do. And it just seems like I shouldn't be the one figuring this out, because what's going on here is that this is stormwater charges for the warehouse, and this is the activity code. So there are 2 transactions on this date, so Maryland spread it out. But last year, it was spread out with 1 transaction, and this year, each activity code has 2 different numbers. So we have a 4018 and an 897 allocated to facilities. I don't know which one's right. Okay, so now I really don't know what to do here. Nor should I have to know what to do here, because I'm not the one that entered this and I have no control over it. So why am I doing this part of the budget? This is really weird. Okay, so that total is, last year it was 683. This year with all those breakouts, it's 738. I don't know. I'm going to say 750, and it's only a couple $100. So who really cares? 750, and that came in at the same time. I'm going to say it's January. There is a possibility that there was, oh, I bet I know what it is. I bet the city of Lakewood may be charging more for stormwater and things like that for that drainage project. So maybe there were 2 line items on this bill. One is the big one, which is the main one, and then there was a supplemental 100 and something other thing, and she segmented both of those. I'm guessing that's what that was. All right, so now I have to also do it for the shelter. Even though we get reimbursed for this, she wants all the shelter charges on here for budgeting purposes, even though it's a net zero. Okay, so here I go again. Stormwater and contains, I'm not even sure you can follow this, but I'm just having you feel my pain here. Shelter. Oh, fudge. Okay, now I get to clear all this because I didn't do something right. There is no storm. Oh, it's SH. She didn't use shelter that time, so when I search, I have to search on SH. Okay. And the thing is, I feel like I'm really good at this, and this is why Shane couldn't do this. I tried to show him so it wouldn't take, oops, contains stormwater. But he doesn't know Excel as well as I do, and he just looked at me with big eyes and went, I don't know. So this is, oh, fudge. Okay, so it's still not showing up. I just need to take that line item. Okay, whatever this is, stormwater, shelter, it's $116. Does that seem to make sense? I'm going to double check it. It seems like it's not enough, so I'm going to check it with last year's budget. Stormwater, shelter. Yep, 125. What did I just say? Okay, 125. 125 it is. So 125. So I'm going to put 125, 125, 125. All right. So that is a 12-minute video, and I have completed 4 line items that were fairly straightforward because they only have 1 month of transactions. But what I experienced in like, how is it done and why are there more and all that stuff is this was a pretty good example. So it's going to take me 12 minutes to get 4 lines done. So this is at least, plus running the initial reports and doing the stuff, this is at least a 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 12. This is an hour and a half project just to figure. And this is me operating at a pretty high level of efficiency because I know how to use the subtotal functions. I know how to use the filters, and I can get into Abilla. If I didn't, I would be completely in the dark. And I don't know why finance is just not doing this. It doesn't seem like this is my job, especially since I never even get a copy of the bills. And so this is the one time a year I get a copy of them. And I do think that's helpful because I just realized that why did our stormwater go up to $75 when it was $10 previously? Good thing for me to know. But maybe I could just see a bill every now and then and get to that same level of knowledge. Anyway, okay, that's it for now. Bye-bye.